I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Ooh, susceptible now before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah, and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right, everybody. All right, what is going on? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast this evening, episode 92, guys. The Locked In Podcast, your home for personal development tips, sports news, music, relationship tips, and much, much more. Guys, we're back at you with episode 92 tonight after about 10-day difference because obviously we had the podcast episode last Monday. And also, this is going to be the last episode for a little bit. We don't have any guests on, so this is just me and George on we had a guest 2 weeks, and now the next few weeks coming up, we already kind of have a bunch of people on the books. We got all different guests coming in, so this is going to be exciting as we lead up to episode 100, guys. Just want to make some quick comments before we do go live here tonight. Also, first, introduce the topic. Tonight's topic is going to be, as you guys saw in the promotion, what our thoughts are on whether or not nice guys finish last, and also the difference between a nice guy and a good man, because there's a big difference, guys. And we can tell you from personal experience, a big difference. That's going to be the topic tonight. It's going to be a very interesting conversation, so stay tuned. If you have any feedback, comment below. But want to make a quick announcement. If any of you didn't see on the Instagram page, we do have a giveaway going on. It's a summer giveaway. We got 3 items that we're giving away. We're going to be giving away a Locked In Podcast bucket hat, beach towel, and a commuter mug. In order to check out how to enter and how to possibly win, go to our Instagram page at _locked_in_podcast. We released a promo today. It's been a long time coming. We're picking winners Friday, guys. It's going to be next Friday afternoon. It's going to be August 5th, I believe the day is. I think it's August 5th. But it's going to be next Friday. Next Friday afternoon, guys. And you'll be able to see the rules, how to enter, and all that good stuff. So check out the Instagram page. Excited about that. But as always, you know, we're your host for the evening. I'm Steve Ushler, and joined alongside me is my co-host and my good friend George Menchai. What's up, brother?
What's up, everybody? We're back in the building, guys.
Yeah, this is a
this one. It's a good one.
Yeah, man. This is really relatable to you right now, too, man. I know you have some stories, not without revealing too much, man. Possibly experiences on your own end that you would like to share.
We all got some experience we can share. I mean, it's funny because I told everybody about this podcast. Like I always tell everybody, but today I was like, so I was out a little before this. I had to go somewhere, and when I made it back, bro, like people were calling me left and right. So I told a lot of people, yo, check out the podcast, send some links, and no, today I think everybody should watch it. Today it could be a very, very relatable topic. Very easy, but yet very complex to talk about because it does fall in an umbrella of relationships, social life, intimacy, what works doesn't work, the relationship between men and women, etc. And we can talk about all that, and sex life. Oh yeah, it's all connected to one. And again, to say something you said earlier, to correct you a little, bro, it's not necessarily about it's not about whether nice guys finish last. Nice guys always finish last for the most part, the nice guy. But it's about why and to see, again, the difference between a good man that provides and an actual a nice guy and the nice guy. You could be a nice guy and a good man and still have that frame and, strong mentality, but you can still, do your own thing. And you could be a guy that does everything. You're a good person. You don't do no trouble, but you're just too light and you're naive. You got abused a lot or, lied to and played and everything else, and you virtually finish last. So it's going to be a nice topic. We'll leave like an hour. I mean, as you know, I might have to leave a little early, but this could also be more to it. We could definitely have other segments. I mean, at the end of the day, to me, a lot of stuff falls under the dating umbrella anyway. I mean, if we want to be technical, but it's a little more to it too. It's about dating with purpose, but who can you date? And, will they date you? Do you have the kind of charisma not to be the nice guy, not to be friend zoned? Friend zone, a nice guy, one of the same, kind of.
Yeah, it could be two different things. Exactly. Yeah, of course. This is going to be interesting tonight. I'm excited to kind of hop into it. We're going to play the intro before we do, guys. As always, you already know the rules. You know what to do. Number one, if you're watching our content, you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, smash the like button. If you're watching on YouTube and you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to turn notifications on because we release episodes every single week. You don't want to miss it. And also, number two, if you see something you like, you want to contribute to the conversation, please comment in the live stream because we appreciate your feedback. And even if you're watching after the broadcast, you can always comment down below still. We always appreciate the feedback, and we will still answer your comments. Number three, guys, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode 2022. True and be you. And focused on you, and others will too. All right. With that being said, let's play the intro. We'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, as we said, welcome back. welcome back. Episode 92. We're going to dive into this topic tonight on whether or not nice guys finish last. As George kind of already revealed, I think we all kind of know that nice guys usually always do finish last. But we're going to dive into it. It's going to be a very interesting discussion based off of our own personal experiences. And guys, drop your comments in the live stream so we can go back and forth. This is going to be a really interesting topic as we kind of go into this Thursday evening tonight. And like we said, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna hop into it because I see people have joined in since the intro. George, I know you already answered somewhat, but man, let me just start the conversation, man. Do nice guys finish last, and why? If you do believe so or you don't, you kind of already revealed that you do. But why? Why do you believe the nice guys finish last?
Oh well, I mean, it's kind of like that typical saying question, you know. Basically, I think, you know, the main reason for that is because not because like what I see, what I hear. I don't never go by what I hear, you know, what I've been told. You know, I go by what I see and what I know and what I feel, not what I heard and what's allegedly there. And the thing with that is, nice guys, bro, a lot of times, you know, they finish last because it's like girls a lot of times, bro, want some like something like a kind of balance, but also some kind of like engagement activity, something, you know, like basically excitement. Let's put it that way. And we'll get to that too. We'll also get to the point like again, we didn't do this on the broadcast, but we'll talk a little about if girls like kind of like bad boys. We'll talk about that, although it could be its own episode, but we'll do more series on this because these are very good series, by the way. So again, girls like a guy that kind of can take them out and do something with them, like something more exciting. Now, I'm not saying that some guys that are nice are not necessarily maybe like have ideas, but usually the nice guys are just too simple for them. You know, they just don't value them. You know, I mean, they don't show no real value. It shows too much like they're too predictable. They're too much. They're nice and all, but he's nice, but it's like you tell a girl, what do you think about this guy? Well, he's cool and he's nice. Okay, but there's a but coming. But it's not my type. Oh, I can't do this. And that's just how it is, bro. A lot of times, you know, nice guys do too much. You know what I mean? They're always, you know, a step or two. Not a step. Let's put it more like 5 steps. Let's keep it real. Come on. Tonight's keeping it real. I'm not going to show you nothing tonight. Let's do this. They're nice guys are not 1 step behind. They're 5 steps behind, first of all. A guy that gets friend zoned, but, you know, who's kind of like, he has an idea a little bit, you know, he can get girls, he's confident, he can approach a girl, maybe he does the wrong thing and he gets friend zoned. That's one thing. He got friend zoned later. A lot of times they get friend zoned right away. And a nice guy will not get friend zoned later. No. A nice guy will get friend zoned right now because that's just what it is. Oh, that's all he is a nice guy. Girls like people doing nice things for him and all that, and guys, but the guy got to have some kind of a frame. You know, they like a masculine guy that's nice but got logic and smart. Doesn't just think of emotions or just, let me get a door for you. Captain, get the door for her? Nah, I'll get the door, I get the door. You know, I'll open the door, but how about, you know, you do something else, or you know, you got to earn her respect differently. Not about being a nice fella, a guy does a lot for them. And you know, this phenomenon, just as much as I do, Steve, that you do a lot for a girl at times, they don't value as much. I mean, it's a phenomenon that happens. You know, why exactly that happens? Again, because, you know, it's almost like you do too much right away. Girls like to think things in distance, like little by little. They like the little mystery. If you're not mysterious right away, what can you really show her anymore? If you showed her the whole stack of cards in 2 weeks of dating her, you know?
Let's be realistic. I do agree that nice guys finish last, and let's be realistic here. I think it all comes down to nice guys are always available. They're always available. They give their time and energy to people, even women that they first it's not it doesn't even just have to do with relationships. It can be anywhere. You know, they're, lack of a better word, they're people pleasers. And we always say on this podcast that you need to live to your mission and your purpose in life. When you're leveling up your own life, it's very hard to, you know, want to give somebody your time all the time. Now, when you do give the person who's important inside your life, or the people who are important inside your life, the time, it's more valued. It's more genuine. It's more sincere. Nice guys a lot of times have a front, right? It's truly who they are. They just don't have an ability to say no, or they're people pleasers, like I said. And the thing about that is,
it decisive.
Say it.
Say
a guy's being nice with a woman, right? A lot of times he's being overly nice because he's seeking her validation, and that's just plain and simple. You're seeking her validation, but a lot of nice guys, if you notice, it's an agenda. They want to be super nice, but at the end of the day, they still, you know, they play it off like they're being super nice, like being kind of a friend, right? But then at the end of the day, they still want to sleep.
Like they're sweethearts.
Problem with it is it's you're not even being genuine to yourself. You're not being real. You're more of just being a people pleaser because you're seeking validation.
People pleaser, validation seeker, bro. That's that's bad.
It comes off as needy. It comes off as boring. It comes off as ingenuine. It's insincere, as I said.
Yeah.
Like
It comes across as desperate, as it comes across as like you're reaching too much.
now,
Because girls will sniff these things. They'll see who's really a people pleaser, who's just like genuinely a nice guy, but who has also a heart.
now,
And again, we're using the word nice guy too much. There's levels to nice guys too. We'll get to that in a second. But
yeah,
again, bro, just be
now,
like a good person that helps others. You don't have to be too
true.
nice because you get played in life in everything. That's with women.
Now, girls out there, let me know if I'm wrong or right here, because any other women out there who are watching, comment in and let me know if I'm wrong or right. It comes off as ingenuine, and it's not attractive. It's super needy, and I hate to say it. As much as a woman says she wants your time all the time, let's be realistic here. You really want a guy who's really on his purpose in life, because look, if you don't like, you don't, it might sound cool and cute at first, but look, it's going to get really old real quick. If a guy has his time available every second of every single day, it's not realistic. And let's just say, I'll shift this to the career side of it too. When you're a people pleaser in your career, you can't say no. Your boss says, hey, can you work late? If you really want to work late to make the overtime, cool. But if you really don't, but you're afraid of saying no, that's where people pleaser kind of mentality comes in. That's where super nice guy mentality comes in. Eventually, we're going to get to the portion of where, like, the difference between a good man and a nice guy. But staying on the nice guy topic here, it is ultimately like not having a spine. You're just trying to please and seek validation of other people. So Lindsay commented and she said, young girls like bad boys, women want consistently and a genuine man. Yeah, of course. So there's a difference between a man and a people pleaser, though. There's a big difference. It's not genuine. Yeah, she wants a genuine man. A nice guy is not genuine. It's not genuine. It's coming from a people pleaser mentality and seeking validation mentality. So we'll talk about a good man eventually, but like a man who knows what he wants in life, at the end of the day, the validation from anybody. At the end of the day, he values himself. It doesn't matter. It's like, cool, you don't like me, whatever. I don't care. But like it's just like you're gonna live to your mission and your purpose no matter what anybody tells you. And that there's a big difference. Nice guys seek validation of others. Good men don't. And as a good man, I mean someone who's just genuine. He acts like a man, but he has his mission and purpose in life. Nice guys will ultimately tell people what they want to hear with the intentions behind it. That's really not how they feel. So it all comes down to insincerity. And when you're in people pleaser mentality, people just don't respect you. There's no self-respect there. Let's be realistic, George. Like, have you ever we've all been in the position too where most men have been in a position where at some point in their life they were the nice guy. And by saying like nice guy, I don't mean like somebody can't be like kind to other people. That's not what this means.
No, not at all.
A nice guy, yeah, that's not what this means. Like a good man can still be a kind
that's
person.
What you think. You missed the point. A nice guy, it's a guy that can say no, can stand on his own, and we're talking about the real word should be too nice of a guy, but we can't just use that word too much. So we use the world uses the term nice guy because you might be like this, be like, I met Ken Shamrock. Oh yeah, he's a nice guy. He's from the nice guy. He's an alpha man. He was a fucking UFC champion. But it's a word we use. What we really mean by the nice guy, guys that are watching the girls, it's really a guy like Steve said. They can't make decisions on his own. Easy to manipulate. Very naive. Very gullible. Very much, And then we'll get to the word simp later, because some people might not even know that word to this day. They're like, what does that mean? But a guy that gets played, a guy that goes out his way doesn't get nothing in return. There's different types of nice guys. You said it. Some nice guys are literally so they are. They're too nice. They don't even see their own good. They're just suckers. Ultimately, they're all suckers, but when you become a nice, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. I mean, you might not agree with that, but truth is truth. When you're a nice guy, you become a sucker. But here's the thing: some nice guys have a hidden agenda, so they're nice guys, but you know what? They're little heathens too. They're not really that nice of guys. They play their role. And some are just straight up nice guys that they're just like friends zoned to death on the 20th stage. They have no idea what's going on. The girl will never do anything for them, but they still go after some girl. Guys like who I don't say his name, but you know what I'm talking about. The fisherman, the guy that loves to fish a lot.
Yeah, they're too agreeable too. You know what I mean? Let's be realistic.
Yeah, like they don't have a mind of their own. Too agreeable. Nah, dude, you're a grown man. Make your own decisions. Don't go because you're gonna say things.
There's no polarity. Like there. It's constant agreement, and a lot of times they have anger, but they build it up inside. That's more dangerous, realistically. You know what I mean? They're too afraid to say what they want, and it comes from a very insecure spot. But we've all been let's be realistic. Most of us have been there, right? You can't. You can't. Yeah. It's hard for most men to say that they haven't been there. You live and you learn. Some people
you are put in a position to be considered. a nice guy, right? And some guys make the same mistake. Now, not every man is being a nice guy, but every man is being has seen it coming up. I mean, especially because we're talking about from a man's view, the nice guy. I mean, we're not talking about like a woman. It's too easy to, man. We'll get to that too, and we'll talk about what the girls think, and most girls don't even really like nice guys like that. Like even like as far as using it, they think like it's too pathetic. Some will probably use them. Some will just let them just stay there, whatever. Be courteous to them and let them engage. Like, oh, I got your flowers. I'll open the door for you. But you open the door. She goes right to some guy's arm. Like imagine you open the door for a while with some girl that you're kind of cool with, and she walks in, she sees some guy she knows it, likes him, right in his arm, and you're like, bro, I've seen it. There was even a post about this. It was on IG. It was on like 50 Cent's page, as well as the Shade Room and Star Report, and it was basically how. All right, so it was a little parody. It was this big guy, right, fat dude, and he's with his girl, right, and basically he's like hanging out with her, like picking her up and putting flowers there, the candles and all, and she's massaging. She's like, "Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And then they're in the pool, he's trying to kiss her. She say no. Then he drops her off. He's like, I had a good time with you. I enjoy myself. She's like, yeah, me too. We'll do it again. And then as soon as she leaves the car, her man comes with a bike. He's like, baby. He's like, oh, baby, where you at? He's like, oh, there you are. He's like, my guy. Yo, thanks a lot, man. I see you. He's like, next week, same thing. He's like, we're going to do it again. And, yeah, I mean, it's just like one of those things, bro. I'm like, damn, like nice guys oftentimes, bro, just really get played and get their heart broken, but they don't understand it, though.
Yeah. It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. You can easily be manipulated.
You can easily get played, manipulated, and get your feelings hurt. Now, some guys will understand that and, not be nice guys anymore, I guess. I mean, if you're considered the nice guy, the pushover, the guy that gets bullied, the light guy, you always be that way. Now, let's also be clear, guys, and that's like a little disclaimer. Not all nice guys that would see like some kind of women guy that can't fight at all. No, there's nice guys that can probably fight a little and all that and hold their own, got a job, maybe some money, get a girl too. But those guys are still nice guys because at the end of the day, they're not getting definitely not no 8, 9s, or 10s. They're probably not getting 7s. They're not being on the purpose that they should be, and it's still like that. They're not built like a man should be like that, Although they can have a little again, there's some, some characteristics. Now, some nice guys also, disclaimer on this one, can be saved. Some, well, they simply cannot be saved, bro. And no man can. The army couldn't save them. No, I mean, they're just too wimpy or maybe too spineless, and they get manipulated. Like you said, it's easy for them to fall for her lies. And the worst part about this, some guys they don't get it. Still, they see it and all that, they know it, but they still don't understand it. They still don't get it. It goes right ahead. They continue. They end up with some girl who's like a 5 or 6 who doesn't treat him right, and a lot of times they end up being nothing more than people pleasers than yes man. A nice guy can be a friend zone guy or a yes man, or basically a guy that girls consider pathetic and lame. Girls have told me for text me, my guy's acting like this and that. He's being too passive, he's being too much, too nice. Girls like eventually guys can be a little, not mean, but like, that's like it is, shows, his rough side too. They like the rough stuff too. They like a guy that could take him somewhere nice, be cool with them, be a nice guy when you have to be. Yeah, be the nice guy, when you're just chilling, pillow talking, that's when you go be a nice guy. Don't be a nice guy all out there or like everyday life. Nah, I mean, it's it.
Here's an example of a nice guy. Stay like on as something as simple as the girl goes, you're on a date, and the girl goes, he goes, I like the color blue, and the girl's like, blue's okay. I like the color red more. He's like, you know what? Now that I think of it, red's a better color. See, it's like that's just something as simple as that, and it's super agreeable. You got no spine, you got no backbone.
Comes off as agreeable. Don't agree with everything.
The good thing is you can always improve and you can always change your behavior eventually. You learn from life, you learn from mistakes, and it's something you can always learn from. As much as difficult as any situation is, you can always improve, but come off as weak and spineless. And like I was stating earlier, you fall into a dangerous game of possibly being manipulated. Nice guys are taken advantage of, whether it's in the career, whether it's in relationships, it's in friendships, family can manipulate you.
Family, unfortunately, group of people, I mean, everywhere.
Yeah, when you have a nice guy demeanor, you unfortunately are at the risk of being taken advantage of.
Nice guy demeanor is a bad thing to have, bro. You don't got time for that. There's no such thing as,
it starts with self-respect.
Demeanor. You self-respect. You got to be on your grind. You got to be respectful, like you can be nice to people. It's not what we're saying at all, guys. If you guys are, for you slow guys out there that, you motherfuckers that can't understand what's going on, we're talking about nice guys that get used, not a person who's a nice person, like that's not what we're talking about. A person that, like Steve's my man's, right? Or my man Mario, my man Cozy, called me up. I need some dump, I need you to pick me up and take the truck. I'm gonna move a little bit. I'm gonna dump some, dump some stuff away. I got a truck. All right, cool. It's fucking, I don't know, say it's like 6 a.m. He calls me, I do it. I'm a nice person, I'm a nice man, and I'm a nice guy, so I'll do it. But I'm not the nice guy, though. That's looking out for your boy, for your homie, for your friend. And even then, that's another thing too. You know, you always got to check your friends too. You got to check if they're really your friends, they'll look out for you, do the same. If they always need some help and they never do nothing for you, and they never really barely call you, they don't really reach out to you. Halt. Now we have the halt situation. Once they say halt, now we got to talk a lot about things. You don't know. You got to check your friends and see what's going on, bro. Like, I mean, check on them, but see if the relationship's the same. Maybe you don't feel the same. If you're like one of those people, like, well, let's not check we're cool. Oh, last time you checked we're cool. When was the last time you checked? Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe you don't feel the same about you anymore. Maybe he's, he took you away from social media, took you off, don't care, don't whatever. So you can be a nice guy more than a relationship. We're talking about more so in a relationship type of, standing or, in like these kind of scenarios. But let's be clear, the nice guy thing can happen for anything. I mean, it could be in a team situation, in school, at your job, in life, with your friends, with people from your work outside your job, just outside your workplace. When you go to home, people making jokes and you being all tonight. Nah, sometimes people make some silly jokes trying to make you look bad. Sometimes you gotta not get mad, be like, well, what you mean by that? You gotta call them out and I'd be like, nah, no. Never let nobody joke around, play around with your feelings like that, or just joke and make a joke out of you, everybody else, because you don't know who's there. Oh, joke, show me? No, you do it with me and you. Get the fuck out of here. Now everybody else, because you gotta say something, bro. People are experts in joking around and saying things and stuff that you might not like and making it seem, oh, but it's just a joke, bro. Don't get serious. Fuck you and your fucking joke. I'm gonna get really serious. How about that?
Well, I think it just needs to be a conversation. You know what I mean? It doesn't really mean
the clarity
you have to
gotta be there,
out,
but you gotta watch out.
Lash out emotionally, but just call them out, look them in the eye. You just gotta be confident in your demeanor of how you say something. See, if you say something when your hands are going and you're frustrated, yeah, the difference is though, if you do address the situation, you come off as erratic, it shows that you're really not confident. You just need the whole frame and stuff, and just be a confident.
You don't want to get pissed off and become basically you lose cannon now. You have to be like smart by say things and check them straight away. Now the person keeps going, and say some shit, then you could get a little bit upset. But that's
because somebody's words really. Because if you're confident, somebody's words really shouldn't affect you. But at the same time, if it you still obviously want to hold yourself though and be like, yo, you're not going to disrespect me like that.
Yeah,
too,
foul words still, bro. I'm not just saying I agree to 1,000,000%. But foul words, words are spells, bro. Words are very powerful. So no, people need to watch how they speak. It's that simple, bro. What I mean, bro, if I agree with you the same way, I'm not gonna lose frame and be like, okay, I'll keep it cool. But I keep saying it, I got a mouth too. And you got a mouth too. Guess what? He says slick stuff. He says slick stuff too. Don't lose your cool. Let me repeat that. Don't lose your cool. Don't lose your cool. I just said it 3 times. What you want to do is again, whole frame, bro. Any conversation, especially in the suit, you're looking nice, and you act out a character. When they get you to act out a character, they won. They'll never let them see you upset out of character. Always be, what you want to be and speak your truth. But like you said, bro, you can let it out behind the closed doors and all that, but sometimes you got to hold your frame and don't lose your cool. But like I said, BS and bad words and fuckery, bro, and disrespect will not be tolerated. It should not be tolerated and will never be tolerated. Not when I'm around. It's that simple. I can't see everybody else. Some people just act like they don't hear it. They walk away. I've done that too in the past, but nah, sometimes, like what you say, what was that word? No, you said it. What was that? I walk up to them. What was that word exactly? Never like a dog with their tail between their legs, their ears stuck down. What's right is right, bro. It's that simple, bro. It's 2022. There's no reason for BS like that. There's no time for that. But like you said, violence, though, you've been, again, it's almost, you kind of put them in a place and you scare them off. Not so much being violent, because violence doesn't resolve anything anyway. I mean, like you can, but it's not the answer. Violence is not the answer. We can't agree on that. So.
Yeah, violence is not. Violence is going to catch you a case. Let's be realistic. Especially if you have a lot. And it can cost you money too. Guess what? If you level up your life, and guess what? You're making a lot of money. You have a lot of money. You have a lot of things to lose.
If you have a lot of money,
it can cost your life. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, most of the time, it's not worth it. Now, I'm not saying you don't self-defend yourself, but I don't really want to go, down that whole route. I kind of want to stay on topic here, but it's just, yeah, man. It's just, you got to be careful of how you act, and being a people pleaser and everything like that. It was I see we got some comments in. I want to address comments. So Devin said, great point, gentlemen. Yeah, is it Devin or is it Devin or Devon?
Devin.
Okay. Devin said, great point, gentlemen. Thank you. Appreciate that. Vanita commented in. She said, hold on, look back. She said there's a level of maturity that's needed. Absolutely agree. Thank you, Vanita. Appreciate that. Confidence in oneself, not putting others down is a virtue for yourself. But once you compare yourself with your confidence, it comes arrogance and ego. So bye confidence. It's actually a very good point. Let me see who's the comments, because I always like to see, because it comes up as Facebook user. So unfortunately, we cannot see who's commenting. So that was Tal that said that. She said it was self-defense. He should. It's like it says it was self-defense, and it says, yeah, that was Tal with the confidence comment as well.
Yeah. Yes, hilarious. That's so funny. But yeah, it was Tal.
Yeah. So, no, yeah, it's true about the confidence thing. And no, Marius up front had said, great, sweet intro. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate that. Let's keep the ball rolling here. It's a lot of. Have you ever been in a situation, man, where you just where you've considered yourself like too much of a people pleaser? I know I have, especially early in my life, for sure.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
You know, I always didn't really know how to say no to other people. It wasn't just like relationships and stuff. I'm just talking about just in general. It came from a lot of building self-respect within myself. You know, on the outside, I act like
it's self-confidence, bro. Right? If you have the confidence to say it, not to cut you off, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but you have to have the confidence to say it. And I feel baby like they ask you, I need your help, baby. Can you do this? Can you come? Like, nah, bro, I actually can't. Oh, come on. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I would love to come, but nah, you know. And you gotta be honest. Honesty is the best answer sometimes. The confidence is great and all that, but you gotta be honest with people and yourself. Again, have the confidence in yourself, the respect, and be honest with yourself, and don't let the others push you around and make you feel like if you say no, you're a bad guy. You feel, oh, I said no, I wish I could help. Being having a good heart like me and you, bro, like we want to help others, but that's when he can get confused for a nice guy to where just a helpful person, a good person helps others. A nice guy, but not the nice guy, the nice guy. You know that the whole the nice guy thing. A nice guy is too generic. Yeah, you could be a nice guy, still be an alpha, still be a your purpose to be high value male, be considered like that bull or that man or a pimp or whatever, or a real G or something. Like the real deal. And he could be considered like the nice guy. You're like, yeah, he gets money, but he's a nice guy. He's a pushover. You're considered weak, spineless. Yo, let me tell you, there's nice guys that make money, but guess what happens? They lose it all because there's people around that always want their hand out, and the nice guys give them. There's nice guys that make money, but you also have, those guys that, don't really, don't do much for themselves. They'll never be rich because they're too nice guys. To try to make it in life, bro, big time, but you got to be selfish at the time too, bro. That's the thing. You can't always be answer everybody's fucking call, go out your way for everybody. That's being a nice guy, going out your way for everybody. If that's not being the nice guy, I don't know what is. And you can't just have that. You got to be more confident yourself, build frame, know when to help and to go for others and when not to, because, also ask, have they done it for you? And sometimes I get it. You don't do for others. You don't care if they do it for you. You're like, whatever. You probably don't even like me, but I'm going to do it anyway. I get that. I can respect that. But you can't always be doing it. You always got to, think about what's smart for you at the end of the day. You got to be, one thing's to be good Samaritan, be for others. And one thing's to be a fool. God doesn't want you to be a fool. God wants you to be, exactly. God wants you to be, if you subscribe to your God and Jesus and all that, God, Jesus, all that, they want you to be a good person. Not be a fool that gets played. Don't be the nice guy. Just be, have some frame and have balls and actually help out. You cannot help nobody and help change the world if you're a nice guy. Change the world, bro. Guys with clout, guys that got a lot of money, like the Elon Musk of the world, guys that can do something, they are confident, guys that know how humanity works. But now, you call me, you'll come out, help me out, because my baby mom stole your car. Oh, she stole your car? It's a very touching story. Go get another one, dude. Sorry, dude. I always say the example because I've done that. I've been like that, bro. I got up for somebody like that, and all it happened, got me beef later on because motherfuckers thought it was sweet because I was too much of a nice guy. Yeah, now my time, bro. You out there dying around there? Who are you again? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I don't know you that well, bro. Nah, don't ask me for favors like that.
There's a big difference.
Shut up. I don't know you that well. Don't ask me kind of favor.
Yeah. There's a big difference between being selfless and doing things because you like doing it and being afraid to say no. There's a big fucking difference. Yeah,
selfless and just do things because for a higher cause or for a better good. I'm sure that if somebody's shooting some money, you probably throw a couple of dollars. But now, are you gonna be dumb and go up and help somebody who is spending the money to be a crackhead and doesn't help at all? You can't turn the back on, not get it. Or you can just give him a ride and take it somewhere. I'll take you to the store here. I'll give you some food. I'm not going to be money for crack. If you know, if you know the guy. Like, let me give you an example. The great Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, right? Nipsey Hussle had a friend who actually talks about, he's actually an IG. He was there the day he was killed, right? And he talks about the day Nipsey was killed. And he talks about a story on IG, on the live stream, but also on YouTube, on live TV. He said that at one point, his name is Herman Cowboy Douglas. He's the real deal, bro. He's a real cat. He's not with the BS. He's quick with this. You feel me? He's he's one of the dudes. He's been known to put hands on people, right? But he's a great guy, real guy. He said that at one point. He said, "I was a crackhead. I was fucking dope in like 2015. Forgot everything." And then so basically Nipsey would see him right in the street and be on some just being like a bum or whatever, or just like being addicted and just basically just hoeing around, be like, yo, I got you some money, that being a busted up crackhead. He's like, he was my man before the fame, before he was famous, But I let myself go. Became like that. So Nip will see me, be like, Nip will see me, like, yo, what you doing, man? Like, you come home, get in the car. You'll just stop up there. He wouldn't scold him. He knew he was doing wrong, but he still loves his man's, and he had faith, and he tried to help him turn around. And guess what? He did. So fast forward a few years later, everything's cool. And then the day comes, of course, Nipsey was killed, and he was there. He actually had the conversation. He heard this, what was said. The guy that killed Nipsey Hussle with the whole, that he called him a snitch and and all that bullshit. And he said it wasn't it. He just came back and shot him for whatever reason. It was more than that reasons, Nipsey never called him in a snitch like that. Never kicked him off that turf or the marathon. What do you call that? The store, the setting. He was a fucking hater. Came back with a gun and shot everybody. And this guy Cowboy, he was inside that point, but he said he saw almost everything. And he heard it, and he's like, "I was there, my man. I was there the night my man was killed." But you see what I'm saying, man? Real people got your back, and they won't let you be like a crackhead. And they'll always, like look out for you. They'll actually help you rehabilitate. And then you have shit friends who don't care about you. But then you have nice guys that don't know who to help, and they help the wrong people because they're too blinded, but being too naive. And again, it's being a nice guy, bro. It's a weakness, bro. It's really like a disease, bro. For we say, like, it's not like, oh, it's unfortunate, but you just like, nah, man, it's a thing. You can be good all you want. Being a nice guy, it's like being the dumb and naive. You can mess up more than you can help being a nice guy. I'll say that. What say you?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. You have to be careful. There's a big difference. I kind of want to dive into the topic of the difference between a nice guy and a good man. There's qualities that definitely differentiate the two.
Let's do it.
I want to read some comments that I think Tal left these. She said, "You must enjoy and love being alone by yourself without feeling lonely. Then you'll have confidence to be with someone, or confidence maybe not to be such a nice guy or people pleaser." I was saying it's relating to this topic. How often are we stuck in a relationship with insecure people, or how often are we in a relationship because how often? Let me rephrase the question here. How often are we the insecure ones that stay in a relationship because we're afraid that nobody else will ever love or care for us? It's plain and simple.
You're stuck. No, it's really stuck. I mean, yeah, you're stuck sometimes. You are stuck. That was right. But remember the situation we're talking about, telling you about that situation. Sometimes, bro, people will say like they act like they want to be with you, but they're somebody else, and you're a good man. So you're not even not even an alpha male, but you're not like a beta male neither. Or beta males associated with nice guy oftentimes. You're just, one of those guys, right? And she'll act like she's with one guy, but in reality, they're stuck, but they're not stuck. It's something that holds them back. So a lot of times you gotta watch out because people hide their true intentions. Guys do it, girls do it all the time, guys do it a lot of times too. Guys that say they've changed and all this, they still do it, they still get caught up and don't know who to be. It's a good point. You got to be able to be on your own, feel comfortable, and know how to be with somebody else, and not feel some kind of, because when you're somebody else, it's a risk where it's kind of like your partner that you play tennis with or a friend, but he moves away, now you're going to play with that. Now you're by yourself. It's like a 2-on-2 team. If your friend is hurt or is not there, now you're by yourself now. You got to find somebody else or whatever. Same thing in relationships. Takes two to tangle, but if that person is going to be there no more, you got to be able to also take that. We got to take losses at some point, so you got to be able to take that and go without being too scared of the future or uncertain, or, you feel like, oh, I'm kind of like, what do you call it? Like scared to be alone or be lonely. I get it. Everybody gets lonely. It's part of being a human, but it's got to, it's hard to say, man. I don't know how exactly you do it. I guess you do it over having the confidence, working on yourself in the years of being okay. And then you won't be lonely. You'll be with somebody else, honestly, bro, I live on my own sometimes too. And I'm, on my folks, and it can be a little, a little different. You're on your own. Especially sleeping in a big house all by yourself and all that, no one's there. You have to do everything. No one can rely on yourself, but it makes you better as a man. It builds you more confidence to be like.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the quiet man sometimes. To be honest, I like the quiet. I like the
facts.
The one time, man. The peace and quiet, man. From the hustle of every single day of life, man. Sometimes you just need some quiet time, man. That's all I would realistically put it. So, be happy with it. But that's the thing. It depends if you're living to your purpose or not. It all comes back to that. Because guess what? If you're seeking someone else's validation and you're seeking someone else's approval and they're not there, you're gonna feel lonely. So you gotta be comfortable with yourself. It comes from building confidence. That's how I said like this affirmation. Then balance it with that action. Humble. 1, I am the shit today. God has my back. Balance. And I'll go feed the homeless with some free meals. Yeah, so just because you do actions like you always got to remember where it's coming from. If you are doing things like feeding the homeless, but you're taking pictures and videos of you doing it to post it on social media, again, we're going back to the fact that you're seeking validation of other people. It all depends on your reason why you're doing something. You can take an action that is actually a good action, but it depends on what your intent is behind it. Just like
I can't agree with that.
I'm going to stay late to work for my boss, but I really don't want to do it. I'm only doing it because I want to please my boss. People are never going to respect you if you do that. He's just going to keep asking, or she's going to keep asking.
Yeah, they don't respect you, bro. They're not gonna think you're better. They're gonna take advantage. You gotta stand down, stay your ground.
I was always someone in my early career that actually would do this, and there were times that I really wanted the money, but there were other times I really didn't want to do it. And guess what? My boss, she would keep asking me and asking me until one time I said no. Like literally, it's because they know. Oh, Steve will say yeah. It comes down to having a spine and a backbone. Now, when it comes to being a good man, I want to bring up there's a big difference. I'll let you start though, man. Good man and nice guy, man. What's the difference between a good man in life and a nice guy? I think there's like 4 or 5 really, really key things that I can note from my personal experience.
There's a lot of them. Let me see. I'm trying to make it sweet, short, direct, right to the point, bro. I mean, and we could talk more about the other differences and the levels to it and all. I think like one of the main differences is that a nice guy thinks he's being like he's a good man. He might be a good man, but he doesn't really have the logic of a good man. He's just too nice and decisive. He's always up there to please others, and it's just too nice when he's labeled like you're just a nice guy because you don't really think of himself. It's like you can tell him one thing and he leaves it, does it for somebody else. And I don't want to say his real name, but he's got my name, so I mean whatever. Hey, fuck it, George, right? I used to work with him, George. I won't say too much, but I mean I'll be honest, bro. He wasn't necessarily all there in everything, but he was my boy. So me and him and my man and Neil, and shout out to Neil, my man near him, shout out to him as well. We'd hang out with him a lot sometimes and go. He's the type of guy. He's doing something, doing sandwiches, working the job. They'd be like, yo, George, do this for me. What the fuck? Who are you to do? He'd be like, oh yeah, you leave everything, go do it right away. And then yo, George, do this, and you leave everything. And somebody told me that, I love that guy because he was good. I was like, no, I told Skinny Rodney saying that. I was like, you loved it because you had to sucker him because you would tell him to do your dirty work that you should have fucking done and no one should help because you could do it. I mean, I do it, everybody else does it. It's a job. You got a job to do. Everybody does the section. But you'd ask George, George, the other George there, and you go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could never ask me that. I'll be like, what the fuck you say? Get the fuck. I mean, these days I'll be like, get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. Back then I'd have said that too, but I'll be like, yo, man, you better like go do your own. You stop playing with that. Like, I can do a favor here and there, but nah. Like, somebody asks me, do me a sandwich, I'll go downstairs. No, I ain't do your sandwich. And he asked the Nil. And he was like, you better get the hell out of my face with that bullshit. I got to serve food when I was working in the kitchen with Nil. So, basically, the difference is the guy that can take no lead, bro, just always does everything people say. And a good man is the man that's firm. He's got morals. He can stand his ground, but he's also like, keeps, like, again, he's a good man, but he's good to an extent. He's not like, again, basically not like a sucker or pushover. Yes, if something does everything for you, leaves everything he's doing to do something else. A good man has a plan. He's got a mindset. He can still be a nice guy to an extent, or a nice person, but he's never like the nice guy, really. Even if he's a provider, a good man, knows what's good for him. He'll go in his path. Doesn't get caught up in BS. We also have the other guys, the exciting guy, the bad boy type, the tough guy, that. We'll get to that in a little. I mean, we can talk about that if you have some time. But, you got to, again, say no. And a good man knows when to help and how to help. The nice guy just does things, he's almost like, it's not even just, it's a bit too easy to say, he just does it because he's impulsive or because, he doesn't know any better. But he does things because he doesn't know, he doesn't have the boundary of like, yo, I got to think about myself. You have a little bit of selfish time. He thinks too much about others. So he's an enemy of his own self. Whereas the good man is more like, like he can be a little bit of a nice guy. And, there's levels to good man that could be somewhat of a pushover, but they're not. But overall, the standard good man, he knows right from wrong. He does right, doesn't engage in the BS, but he also knows how to help himself. And he knows that without doing something for yourself, you can't help nobody else. And the priority is he knows how to prioritize the time for himself and his frame and his energy, and that's it. A nice guy doesn't know how to prioritize. He gives to anybody. Oh, my time energy. Oh, I'm available. I'm here. Nah, dude, you're all over the place, bro. I mean, you're like bird shit. You're all over the place.
It's true, man.
Yeah, but yeah, what I mean. So now to direct the question. All right, hold on. We got some callers and some viewers write some comments. To direct the question to you, without giving too much, even information, we'll get to some of the main differences. But what are some things you could say? Like, what's the main difference the way you see it? I mean, like, as between a nice guy or the nice guy and a good man, a nice man.
So I have a few things. I think guy. Number one, self-respect spot. A nice guy needs to be loved. He absolutely needs to be loved and validated by other people. Whereas I would say a good man per se does not need to be loved. He'd rather be respected, but finds deep fulfillment from others who love him and respect him. And he also likes to give love to other people too. I'd say it comes from a self-respect spot. I would say
it comes a little bit how you brought up too, bro. How you brought up and what your personality looks like. Some people just have easy personalities like that, but it's just too light. They let people walk all over him, and And nice guys are the ones that also end up getting bullied at times, especially in school and all that, or in life. But we'll get to that. And by the way, what we need, real quick, I'll let you finish. Give me a second. What we mean bully, guys? What I mean bully, like a playground bully. Bully, it could be even at work. Your work will bully you to give you days off and try to push you around a little bit. Bullying and pushing around could happen anywhere. And what we mean by being lonely, be okay being lonely. We don't mean like lonely like you in South Area prison. That's not what we're talking about. Be able to be on your own and not feel very sad or whatever, but also, you obviously need some human contact. We're not saying that at all. Like, yo, you could be good on your own. You're spending hours in a dark room only on your own. Obviously, you're going to go out, interact a little bit, get some friends over. You might even have a family. It's not what we're saying. We're saying be okay with not feeling lonely, but being alone. Again, I'll say it perfectly. You got to being lonely is one thing. Being alone by yourself, but you're okay with that. Being lonely, feeling like you have nobody, and you by yourself, you feel like you're completely solitude, like completely lonely, and you feel sad. Nice guys probably do feel lonely. An alpha man, or even just a good man, not even an alpha necessarily, just a good man, he don't got to worry about that. He might want some company, but he knows how to hold frame and how to respect himself and how to be okay, content to be lonely. Because guess what? You're alive, you're breathing, you're blessed. Beautiful house. You have a house, perhaps, I'm just saying, a nice guy lives, a good person, a good man lives on his own. You have a house, can make your own food. The nice guy probably lives on his own too, has that, but the nice guy can't stay by himself. He feels he needs that validation. He needs that contact at all cost. A good man or a high value man, especially, they build different way. Nah, a simple man could be dog. Some men live in cars, bro, and they still make it work sometimes. They have enough to get by. They until they get a place. I mean, I've seen people turn around. They were homeless, and now they have decent houses, decent jobs.
Marius made a good point. Marius made a good point here. He said, "Good man is a man who's on his purpose, has ambition, is not afraid to put his foot down. Nice guy is a people pleaser who has no back."
Comment of the hour. This is the comment of the hour. Marius gets the comment of the hour. A round of applause for Marius. We don't got the applause, but we need the applause bond, by the way. But
that's fact.
That's a fact. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, guys watching.
That's true. No, I would say a nice. In a general sense, that's a good definition. I would say nice guys. I'll give you an example. A nice guy panders for compliments more so. He needs compliments to feel validated, whereas a good man who's confident in himself doesn't need the external validation, but he's grateful for comments, but he don't need it. You know what I mean? Nice guys kind of give to get, if you will. I would say, they'll give a lot, but it's in return for something. See, whereas a good man, he does things to bless other people's lives. He doesn't do it to get the external validation. He doesn't do things to, oh, look at me, look what I've done. You know what I mean? It's honestly comes off as nice guys can come off as narcissistic when you think about it. I mean, it can come off very narcissistic.
Well, a nice guy could be a narcissist too, but a narcissist usually doesn't admit that there's nothing wrong with him. Narcissists tend to act like they're males, they're like alpha males, but they're not. They're just like basically betas with the fake confidence, with too much arrogance in them, too much pride, too much ego. But it's a whole other story. But yeah, you're right though. Some nice guys are also narcissists because they play. You said it earlier, and we know a couple examples. I can make sure some examples, but I don't know if we have time tonight. But some nice guys pretend to have the nice guy card, but they're really on some they're there for themselves. They're not really nice guys. They're just they play the little beta male role to get what they want because they want to come across as sweet. Oh, he's understanding. Girls like guys are sweet and nice, but you know what? After a while, man, sometimes even that, if you're too sweet, she's not gonna like you. You gotta be sweet to her, but also help frame and be the backbone. You gotta be. I mean, in the family, the male is the backbone of the family. I mean, the mother helps a lot too, but the father is definitely a strong point. But I imagine the father is a beta and a nice guy and all that. Can these kids really grow to be like the way they should grow? Is the wife gonna be happy? No. Most women, if you really ask them, and their husband becomes it, they're like, nah, he's too much of a nice guy. And we're talking about if it's a marriage situation, obviously, before marriage and all that, a lot of girls will dump the nice guy, play him, or act like they want to be with him and all that. In reality, they act like they're showing attention only to play him. And the guys they're not showing too much attention to is the ones they really want. The game is to be told, not to be sold, bro. It's just different. Everything is backwards in some ways. I know it's the way, like a girl was asking me the other day that, well, it's true, guys that do a lot for girls get what they want to know. Nah, a lot of times guys that do everything for girls. It's not about doing everything for a girl. Let's rephrase it because we got to be very careful. These people are, watching. They can take anything wrong. It's not about you do everything for her. It's about how you do it when you do it. And when she needs you, like a step of finger, you're there. You're a nice guy. You're gonna be suckered. It's that simple. There's no other alternative. You can say that, and even girls that don't do that sometimes they'll feel that they'll see another better person should go with him. Unless the person, it's dumb as hell. It's just a dumb girl. You're just the guy that you're some kind of simp or a weirdo that she asks you for everything. You're like, yeah, at your service. Yeah, you're doing too much. You can be nice without looking like that, like a fool, and looking, and then she probably won't play you too much. And guess what? Because if you do at the end of the day, if she does leave you or tries to leave you, you can be like, well, you know what? I wasn't never invested anyway. I mean, yeah, I liked you and all that, but it is what it is. I got options. I got my job. I got my life, my sanity. I don't need this. They say, you can't put all your baskets in one place, bro. You can't give somebody like 50-50 or 60% or 100 right away. It takes time, in relationships and all that. And that's again, nice guys don't get that. Nice guy will get her flowers after she done left them on ice and held them down, and then I don't know. Oh, I'm abuse you now. Oh, really? Oh my God. They came in. They don't know how to handle it, and they'll do something. Half the time, nice guys also mess up because they never experienced a relationship, and the girl leaves too. Even when they get an extra chance, the girl gives them a genuine chance. Like, all right, he's a nice guy, but maybe change a little. Let's see. Sometimes they fuck up on that too. So we've seen it, we heard it, we see it in movies, TV shows, we see it on social media, we see it in episodes of like reenactments, the shows on TV. It's not. I could say it's a routine, bro, but it's not. It's like a phenomenon. It's like part of like human. It's almost like laws of power. By the way, and those are watching, we don't want to ruin. Me and Steve don't want to necessarily give nothing away, but we will be doing some episodes, guys, on the laws of power because it's 48 laws of power. There's 50, there's 49. Nobody knows about it. Boo fucking who? We know that. We will be doing episodes on laws of power, how the conjunction, how they really relate to everyday life. Now, if I may, right, I forgot which. I can't. Don't quote me on the law. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but the power of silence and the love of distancing yourself and of silence. What do you think if somebody's cool with you? You don't talk to them for a while, bro. They'd be like, "Well, you've been is different. We see you every day." It's like, I mean, it's cool and all that, but it's a little different. And it doesn't have to be where like your friend sees you every day, gets tired of you, he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" No. It doesn't have to be like that. But genuinely, when people see you every day, they don't miss you as much as see you. So it's almost like they see you a lot. So it's like you gotta allow a little distance. You don't go around for like a week and you also keep a little distance. They're like, "Yo, where you been? Oh, damn, look at this guy. You're coming out every day." It happens 10 times out of 10. There's no fuck 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, bro. You go to the same spot, the same people, same club with your club mates, the people you're cool with and all that. You just show up for a week. They're like, "Where you been at?" Like, "Yeah, it's been a while." It keeps them wondering, bro. It's one of those of power, bro. People here can watch. You can check it out. You can YouTube it right now. You can Google that. It gives you a lot. It builds more, sort of like it shows more like confidence in a man that's really busy and a man that really is about it, like an honorable man when you don't go as much around. You don't call all the time somebody or text them. And again, it goes back to the whole be nice guy thing. Texting a girl too much, calling her too much. They're losing interest. Trust me. A little bit they do a lot of times. You know what I mean? When they miss you more when you're not as available, and you're just busy. Let them know I'm on purpose. It's not that you want to play them out. It's just that you're busy doing what you got to do. And people need to understand that, It's just that simple.
Afraid to break the rules of life.
Yeah. The rule of life, which is the laws of power, rules of power are exactly what they are. But it says keep the distance, don't be seen as much, stay in. Another rule is you stay in your house too much, bro. You're not in the streets like you should be out there at all. And to give you examples like Louis XIII, King Rama of Burma, Myanmar, or King Chulalongkorn of Siam, in Thailand, one of the first guys to actually allow Muay Thai, for the soldiers to fight. So he actually allowed that. There's examples of those guys, like guys of men of power, like Louis XIV, spoke very little. If you don't speak a lot, bro, how will they ever know your mind? You only say small things. It's like small things that we should know we don't know about like that. We don't think about it, but the laws of power are there, bro. Shout out to Robert Greene and 50 Cent, man, on some real shit, man. They really did that. That book was phenomenal. That 50th Law, man, such a great read. If you haven't read it, please go read it, guys. Guys and girls, you could be any gender. It doesn't matter what you are. Just go read it. I don't care if you don't speak English. Go get the translation version and read it and hear it. Such a good book. And you watch it too, bro. I mean, you kind of told me about it. I was already put on, but you put me on as well about that book. And I mean, it's a great read, bro. I mean, 50's book, Hustle Smart, Hustle Harder, Hustle Hard, Hustle Smarter. That's a good one too. But in reality, a lot of these books are very, very, even How to Beast, like, our boy that we watch, and the Fresh and Fit podcast, salute to those guys. A lot of stuff is very useful. So use it. Don't take it all the way like it's just that and nothing else. I mean, obviously, there's more to life. And obviously, everything we know, there's always exceptions to the rules and all that. But do use that as a reference. Know that like they can help you think better in life and know more wisdom. Wisdom is just because of time and age, bro. I mean, life is full of bumps and bruises. You fall, you get up, you live, you learn, you lose, you win another one. You lose one thing, gain something else. One loss could be a win somewhere else for you. You're gonna lose one thing here and get it somewhere else and get something else even better. In everything. I mean, come on, let's be real, bro. I had a friend, bro. He lost a chain in jet skiing in EC, bro. He was so pissed, he cried for it. And then 2 weeks later, got a better chain. I'm like, you see, because he had bread. I mean, he can make, I mean, his chain was worth like the first one was worth like near like a couple thousand, but I think he bought a $20,000 chain. The money for it, but he lost the first one. I was like, when you lose something, you pray to St. Anthony. Sometimes you lose it, but you're gonna get something better, bro. And if you lose something, let it go. It's yours. If it's yours, it comes back. It doesn't. It never really was. So you always got to think about these kind of wisdom mentalities, bro. Even like when it comes with women, with girls, with jobs, with friends. I know we all been there. We probably lost a friend that we thought you were a friend, but then time goes by and we come back. I'm like, you know what? I guess you're never really a friend like that, were you? Damn. Like, You gotta watch out, bro. Again, people can act like they're friends for years, but in reality, they fuck you over, and it's over. Friendships are over because of that. Not only lack of communication, lack of humility, and because people do fuck you over. People like me and you, bro, because we seem like we're cool, they were nice. It looks like they fuck us over, but guess what? We learned a lot. So it's not, they ain't gonna sucker us now. Now in 2011, 2010, maybe they were like, play games and maybe sucker you a little then or me, because we're too nice. You do a favor for a guy, lend some money, you never heard from him again. Oh, all right. But now, no, my friend, because Steven, you know this very well. If you make the same mistake twice, you know what you are? You know that,
Insane.
right?
Insane.
There you go. Thank you. I just want you to say the word, but I was gonna say it, but you said it. You're insane. So I mean, you can't make mistake twice, man. Same thing goes for the nice guy and all that. Making too many mistakes, man, is just like, like you can't make that. I mean, again, anybody can get suckered once in life, being considered a nice guy, because at the end of the day, if you're a good person, you could somehow fit a description, not fit the description, but like fall for the little in a category. But you fall once and oh shit, it's not me, get back up. You keep doing it, then you're just a sucker, a nice guy. You're a puppet. No, we're not got time for the puppet master, the string master to do that, bro, to be a puppet. Like, oh, do it as I can do it. Nah, man, fuck out of here with that shit. We ain't doing all that, bro. We're staying framed, bro. We're trying to do big things, bro. The puppet master don't fuck with us. We fuck with them. Like, what you say? Take your ass out of here. Cut your fucking string. Now smash your fucking puppet. Go do it somewhere else. Somebody else. Trying to play somebody, trying to be all manipulate people. And I see it now. It's like all cyber manipulation. Yeah, of course, you got cyberbullying. There's cyber frauding. Oh, somebody call for his number. Oh, your account's doing bad. Amazon, $100,000. No, I don't know nothing from Amazon. Get moving. Beat it.
Yeah.
Get lost. Somebody called me earlier, bro, talking about a subscription. I looked it up. I never even had the subscription. It was completely a false thing. Your money, I have to look it up. I'm like, what are they texting me for? I'm expecting people texting for the show. You hit me up, my other friends, and I get a corny ass text. I'm looking at that. Of course, it's fraud. It's on your phone these days. You cannot fall for the BS, bro. Again, people that are nice guys, and sometimes they lack their brain need, or the smart they need. You can't really be street smart or just life smart, even book smart. I mean, book smart is one thing, but street and life smart, and you're a nice guy like that, nah. Because guess what? They'll get one up on you. It's psychology. It's also how the human mind works, how the human behavior works, bro. And very much so, you gotta be very careful.
That's why I always encourage to learn, grow, read, listen, watch.
You live and you learn, but at the same time, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, you should always try to obtain knowledge. Always be trying to grow, learn, and always remember that you can learn from other people. It's important. But yeah, no, to go back to your point, the definition, literally doing the same, making the same mistake over and over again. It's the definition of insanity. Realistically, it's insanity. Plain and simple. Also, my last point on being the difference between a good man and I would say the difference between being a guy, because this is valuable, because I know some people that really needed this episode, which is important. Some people DM me earlier, a few different people, and it's important to understand, guys. It is important because you're easily at the mercy of manipulation. When you're too nice of a guy, it doesn't matter. It's not just relationships. It's just any portion of life. Realistically, a good man, a nice guy mistakes. From my notes, a nice guy mistakes being nice for good. A good man understands that it's to be good. Sometimes he can't be nice. You can't always be. You just can't be nice, even if it means hurting someone else's feelings. It doesn't matter. You can't always be nice. You need to. Sometimes you just need to break the rules in life. Going by the rules all the time is not always the best thing. You might have to break the rules sometimes. And, that's not always a bad thing. So just value yourself.
Very much yourself.
Love yourself, and guys, that's the most important thing we talk about on this podcast. Like Joel talked about it last week. Shout out to Joel Cervantes, who came on for episode 91.
So Joel, you're the man, Joel. You're an inspiration. We're gonna train somebody, because he actually texted me.
Yeah, it was Joel's ridiculous, man. He's a crazy inspirational guy. I get a lot of inspiration from him, and throughout all of his accomplishments, he's a super humble guy too. He's super kind. He's a humble dude, and the whole thing about it is like. Just love and respect yourself. That's the message, right? Stay resilient, but throughout it all, stay humble too.
Self-love.
But be confident. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. We know this, right? We know this.
We know this.
It's very important to be.
And there's also a difference
arrogance comes from insecurity. Plain and simple. Yeah, arrogance comes from insecurity.
Chasing people, bro, and trying to pursue them to be there for was also a difference too. And I mean, this is a long topic. We could talk about this a lot more, but I unfortunately gotta go though soon. I gotta get going, bro. I am busy.
Well, yeah, we all got a lot of things going on, but
But
we are at the
here's the
hour
thing, though.
mark. We can wrap up here, to be honest.
Yeah, we wrap up in 2 minutes. Here's the thing, though. Like, the reason why, again, nice guys finish last, to answer the question, I mean, maybe they don't finish last like the way you see it. Oh, I got a job, but in life in general, they do because they don't get what they want. So, yeah, nice guys do finish last. I mean, not all the time, like right away, but at the end of the day, in the long run, they finish last. The key word is in the long run. I mean, that's what it is.
Well,
And
that's finishing. Starting isn't finishing. Yeah, they finish last.
yeah, I'm saying like the process, yeah, they might, be okay at some points, during their journey, but ultimately, I mean, they're gonna every day go, and not just in the very end of everything, but in end journeys or just in their results, they'll get like not the jobs they want, this and that. So they're not gonna get the results they want, and they'll be very manipulative, very easy to play. So what can we talk about this and when we think about this? We'll just encourage you guys. If you feel like you've been a nice guy, man, just trying to like really love yourself and understand more of yourself and be there for yourself more. I mean, read a book if you have to, watch some videos, some influencers, learn from other guys. Me and Steve are by no means experts. I mean, we know a thing or two. At this point, we're basically like YouTubers and podcasters. I mean, some people think that they say we're influencers. Some say we're not quite there. Some say we're just too new. But we try to. This is in a way of influencing. We'll tell you guys what we know. And again, this is based it's all. I mean, it's opinion of it, but definitely. And I said this on my videos in my story. Those who watch my G story is not biased opinions. These are opinions mixed with the perspective. It's mostly perspective and opinion, but all based on facts, what we know, what we've seen. So it's more like our experiences, not so much as opinions. Our opinions are based on what we know, so it's experiences. But of course, the experiences are different. Opinions can change. But the basic, common opinion that, we can all agree that, like, nice guys don't make it too far. And oftentimes we'll get the heart broken, we'll lose, we'll get disappointed. So sometimes you get your hopes up too much and your standards up too high to get nothing disappointed. But that's also not how you should live, though. You should have some kind of standards and expect something. Just don't do it with a disappointing mindset, with a mindset gonna let you down, with a weak hand, Don't do it like a nice guy, do it like a tough guy, do it like a smart guy, a guy that, can get stuff done, Without, again, don't confuse a nice guy for a good man. Don't confuse a smart guy, intelligent guy for a manipulator. We're not saying be manipulators now. Screw all that. We're talking about being, whole frame, have your mindset, be intelligent, and that's all we could, tell you about that, I mean? Everything else comes. When you're in your purpose and you do a thing, man, the girl of your dreams comes, the person you're looking for will come, the job, the situation. Life is long, but it's full of life is full of phases. Could you agree, Steve? Full of processes. It kind of comes and goes, and you go through all this to get what you gotta get, man. But you gotta do it when you're young. Don't start doing things when you're past your 40s, like way in your 40s. Do in your 20s, 30s, because when you're young, and this is something I learned from Coach Red Pill, by the way. You think you have all this time in the world, especially in your early 20s, up to about like your 30s, up to about 30, I would say. After late 20s, 30, that like it's a little different. Like after you hit 30, you know what I mean? That 30 is a big age, 31. But you don't have oceans of time, of decades, oceans of decades and all that. You only have like you're what? You're about to be 30 or 34. Realistically, we have another 25 years to be very productive before, we get too old to where, I mean, you can still do things then, but it's like right now we only have so much time to kind of live it up, bro, and then be with a space where we're comfortable with everything and continue from there.
Yeah, but what I would say is don't look at it as time. Start today. It doesn't matter. Don't be discouraged because
you're never really too late, but don't be discouraged. Yeah.
Start today. It's plain and simple. That's the message here. Start today. Start becoming a good man today. Good men. People are attracted to people who are on their purpose, who are on their grind. Guess what? You can help elevate other people. You can wisdom, knowledge. People are attracted to people who are confident in themselves. You know what I mean? It's they can help bring out the best in other people.
I do gotta say one thing for Libra.
What's up?
No, it was just it's just a little funny. It's actually a joke, guys. Don't take it literal. But like my boy Jeff said, shout out to my boy Hefe. Yo, what up, Hefe? What you doing? But he called me the other day. He told me, he's like, yo, G, Sonny from Broxville is right. The working man is a sucker, B. The working man is a sucker. So I was gonna say the working man is a sucker. But I'm just joking. It's not. I don't necessarily think that. I'm just quoting the movie a little bit. But it was hilarious. He called me with that. I was like, I mean, it's truth to it too. And again, see, point up. The working man, if you're working too hard but no logic and you be too much of a nice guy, you'll be a sucker. If you're a working man, work hard but know how to do it and get out on time and start some business and make money and, not fall for that. I mean, some guys are meant to be workers, some are thinkers. I get that, or just hard workers and all. But have the diligence and the hard work to do it. Even if you're in business, still is a lot of hard work. You don't got to be always be 9 to 5, but some people are meant better for that. But, we don't agree that. I mean, we don't think that the hard working man is a sucker. It's the working man, or, we don't think the working man is a sucker. It's only the working man is a sucker doesn't have no vision in life, just stay always in the same place. That's a sucker to me. Not the woman, the woman that works hard, but actually wants to have goals and grow a little bit. And it's not a bad thing. Some people, that's what they can do, bro. So, it's not always, it can be true, but it's not always the case. I was just being a little funny because I was just cracking up. My boy called me with that. And I was like, he called me with that. He's like, yo, G, man, he was so right in the movie. The working man is a sucker, B. I was like, but we had a good conversation, though. So I just want to say that, though, but nah, I mean, we don't necessarily, me and Steve don't necessarily think that if you're just a working man, you're a sucker, period. Nah, it's a lot more to it. But it can be true too, you know what I mean? Just like saying that like all women like bad boys. Well, no, it's not true, you know? I mean, they like a guy that can hold frame and all, but some women do like bad boys, you know what I mean? It's a stereotype, basically, more than anything.
Yeah.
It's just like a thing that we say.
Yeah,
Right?
we can
agree on that. But I just want to say that real quick, bro. But go ahead, I got 2 minutes and then I will shut down. I gotta go. So we finish up with our closing statements.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna kind of wrap it up here because we're already over the time, and you already said I think you already had to be out 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I have to be out. I pushed it back a little bit. I gotta go out, bro. I mean,
no, but yeah, no. So
I have to go to work and shit, so might be a little busy, but
yeah. So guys, I just want to wrap up here, because you can continue to we'll address the thing where we have some guests on with this feedback and this point of view. We kind of lump everything in, but how I want to say, guys, is I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. As I said, shout out to our previous guest, Joel Cervantes, came on last week. We got a really interesting guest next week. I'm not going to reveal who it is yet, but just know it's going to be a fitness episode. This guy is an online coach in the tri-state area. He's one of the biggest, and he has an online coaching business where he handles, I believe, 100 clients at a time. Anybody who has lived in Philly, Jersey, the surrounding areas and stuff might know who this guy is, because they may have trained with him or worked with him, especially for weight loss goals, getting on stage for bodybuilding, things like that. He has a lot of knowledge. He's a very humble guy. I've just recently met him. Honestly, I barely know him, but I just know he offers a lot of good stuff. I see his content online. So he's going to collaborate. Yeah, he's going to collab with us next week. I'll release his name in the promotions. I can release it yet, but a lot of great episodes coming, and whether it's fitness, business, a lot of different great things. We got a lot of great topics that are lined up to August into September. It's been a blast with you guys. As I said, if you joined late and you didn't already see, we are doing a giveaway. Go to the Instagram page, _locked_in_podcast. You can find more details. We're having a contest. We're giving away a bucket hat, a beach towel, and a commuter mug. All great summer items. But check out the Instagram page. You'll see the rules of what you need to do in order to enter, and have fun with it. We're announcing winners next Friday, August 5th, in the afternoon. So we'll give you a direct time, but it's probably going to be realistically around early afternoon, around like 2 p.m. So guys, get your entries in, because you can win some cool stuff. Obviously, just a little token of our gratitude for appreciating the support. Whether you guys have been loyal listeners from the beginning since we popped off, or maybe recent viewers, whatever the case may be, you're all invited to enter.
yeah,
So it's gonna be fun, guys. It's been a blast. George and I actually were at the beach last Saturday, so we got the collab down there. It was kind of like the podcast took on the shore. But that being said, I don't want to take up too much more time tonight. But yeah, it's been a blast with you guys. I ultimately just hope you guys have a great weekend. And next week into the giveaway, you're going to see a lot of different things going on social media. So keep your eyes peeled.
Sounds good, man. All right. Yep. You guys have a great one. We enjoy the show. We appreciate you guys watching. Have a great and blessed weekend. It is the last weekend of July, as we already know. It's also about that August, and this also will be the last presentation of the Locked In podcast from July. So this has been a Locked In podcast presentation. We we just enjoy the time here, and like I said, we'll probably do something similar anyway, because this is a very open topic, and we can actually realistically, bro, we can spend 2 hours on this just on the nice guys thing. There's so much to talk about, but we mentioned a good amount, and I think people would like to watch the show today. So until the next one, guys, peace, and enjoy the last few days of July, and let's welcome August in style, shall we?
Have a great weekend, guys. Be true and be you. Focus on you, and others will too. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.